Good evening, Carlos Ramirez, owner of NVS Audio in Roselle, New Jersey. So it's been a super long day, super long weekend. And we had a situation the other day which made me super upset. So I had to speak on it. This situation has forced us to do something I've been thinking about doing for a long time, but just never pulled the trigger on it. So we're gonna completely close the showroom. Right now it's closed because of COVID, but we make exceptions and let customers come in that want to quote and want to talk. So we're moving to a 100% appointment only. So if you want to quote, you have to call and schedule an appointment. I didn't want to do it this way because I understand that people like to stop by, and if it's a quick question, I'll just stop what I'm doing and ask them and help them. Either I help them or Saul helps them. But this is the second time in 2 months that this has happened, and it's not fair. So in order to avoid this, I think this is the best way to handle it. Had a potential client stop by the shop, and we were delivering a bike. I haven't posted the video yet of the bike because I still have to edit it, but it was a bike out of Pennsylvania. The customer had a 2-hour drive in front of him, and we had issues putting the bike together. We had fitment issues. We had to take it back apart. We were 2 to 3 hours late delivering the bike. Customer waited patiently, so obviously he was first priority. Client came in. We have a sign on the door that says we are closed due to COVID. Everything is appointment only. It's clearly marked on the door. But we make exceptions because sometimes people don't know and they drive from far away. So I made an exception this weekend, and client came in and we were delivering the bike. Bike was first priority because the customer came to pick it up and it wasn't ready. So the bike was being wiped down. Saul was doing the final tune. I was outside dealing with another headache, remote start in a car that wouldn't start, even though the tech did everything right. Customer had been at the shop since 8 o'clock in the morning. It is now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So customer pulled up and said he wanted to quote on audio. Now the policy is that the showroom's closed and appointment only. He didn't have an appointment, but I let him in anyway. So I let him hang out in the shop. He watched as the bike was finished up. I let him know that I was tied up doing something, and Saul would deal with him as soon as he was done with the gentleman and his bike. So about 30 minutes go by. We make sure everything's good. The bike's delivered to Pennsylvania. The customer with the remote start was rescheduled, put his car back together. So at 4 o'clock, I sit down to eat dinner with my team. So now I've been going since 6 a.m. At 4 o'clock, nobody at the shop has eaten. So I didn't eat. Chris didn't eat. Saul didn't eat. We all sat down at 4 o'clock to eat. As I sit down to eat, I get a notification that I got a 1-star review on Google. The customer said that we left him there for 30 minutes and completely ignored him and cleaned a bike and took a video of a bike. We take a video of every single bike being delivered. That's how we're able to post here on YouTube. The shop is closed. There's nowhere to sit. Of course there's nowhere to sit. The showroom's completely closed. I allowed you to come in the shop without an appointment. I made an exception, and then you're going to go and leave me a negative review after I bent the rules that we have in place and let you in. We hadn't even eaten lunch yet, so we were going to take care of you even before we ate lunch. 4 o'clock, I'm eating lunch, and I got to read a negative review because I made you wait 30 minutes. There's customers that wait hours for us. So since this is the second time it happened, I have to stick to my rule, and I'm sorry. If you stop by the shop, we're not going to be able to open the door if you don't have an appointment. If you do make an appointment, please set aside an hour to an hour and a half of your time, because you're coming in, you're probably going to want to talk about audio. It's probably going to be Harley Davidson audio. It's not a 1, 2, 3 conversation. We don't have a one-size-fits-all policy. Depending on what you're trying to achieve, is it a ride or bike? Does everything have to be weatherproof? Or are we allowed to modify your pods? Will you be cutting your back? There's a ton of options to go through. So depending on how you answer those questions, That's how I steer you towards what products we want to use that would work the best for you. So are we building a rider bike? Are we building a parking lot PIM? Are we allowed to take up bag space? Depending on how you answer these questions, changes what woofers we're going to use, how much power we're going to run. So we got to let you hear stuff. So we're going to let you hear a bike or two. Might let you hear the demo board. Might go, there's a bunch of stuff. So the conversation minimum going to take 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. And hopefully there'll be other clients here with their bikes or picking up their bikes. And then we're going to let you hear those bikes. And we're going to let you talk to that client to see if that's a perfect fit for you. It happens a lot. Wonderful's at the shop all the time. Mr. Wonderful is constantly at the shop, either helping us or tuning his bike or running the RTA. He gives more demos than I do. He's super knowledgeable and understands the product, so I love him talking to my clients and my potential clients. Rich is at the shop all the time. Rich knows Harleys better than anybody that I know, so he's constantly, and Rich has a bunch of bikes, so he's constantly talking to clients and giving ideas and showing examples and showing his bike whenever it's in the shop. So if you think that you're just going to stop by the shop and then just quick 5-10 minutes, it's not going to happen. We have enough work for 10 techs, and there's only 4 of us. I'm constantly working, so between orders that I have to ship out and wiring harnesses that I have to build or DSPs that I have to tune for packages that we ship out, I'm constantly busy doing that and answering YouTube comments, and so it gets really, really busy. My day starts at 6 a.m. every day, and I do my best to try and help everybody, but I don't feel it's fair for you to stop by the shop without an appointment and we make you wait 30 minutes. Nobody was sitting down. Everybody was working. The fact that we made you wait 30 minutes and you got upset about that seems crazy to me. We literally let you in when the sign says that we are closed. We are by appointment only. So now, because of this, we're gonna have to stick to this policy strictly. See? That's the sign on our door. You can tell by the bugs trapped behind the paper that the sign's been up since the beginning of COVID. Please schedule an appointment. If I'd stuck to my guns and turned them away, I guess you wouldn't have felt ignored. Okay, so in closing, sorry if it inconveniences anybody, but appointment only. I know it's tough to get us on the phone sometimes because we all work. I don't sit behind a desk. All the employees are building bikes or cars all day long, whether we're building harnesses to ship out or setting up DSPs or physically working on a bike. We're busy from the minute we walk in to the minute we leave. Cutting bags, fabricating rings. So if I pick up the phone, it's because I'm going to get a tool or going to grab something. I happen to be by the phone. A lot of times it's really loud in the shop, so sometimes I can't answer because I'm not going to hear you over Saul tuning a bike or Leo running the bandsaw or the table saw or the router. So I currently have 4,500 emails to go through. Trust me, I'm not ignoring anybody. My voicemail's currently full. I wish I could delete all the voicemails at once and start over, but the iPhone won't let me do that. So I know it's frustrating sometimes, but I will return every message. I currently have 4,500 emails, 500 text messages, and that's not even counting the social media stuff. So I recommend that if you don't get me on the phone, just call. Call back, call in the morning, call in the afternoon. I do answer the phone, but half the time it does go to voicemail. I know it's frustrating, but I'm sorry that I'm only one person. I don't know how else to handle this. If you leave a voicemail, it's probably not going to get back to you. So call again. Stuff gets buried, and then we get a lot of spam phone calls, a lot of telemarketers. So the valid phone calls and voicemails get buried. If you send an email, I will get back to you, but I answer 1,000 emails a day, and it seems like 1,500 come in every day. I just can't think of a better way to handle stuff. I try and answer as many messages as I can, but only one person. So we're gonna switch over to, where we're gonna enforce the appointment only thing. It sucks because I know people like to drop by, and if you stop by and you don't have an appointment, you get turned away, please don't get upset. It's just the best way I think I can handle this, because you got to remember, if you stop by the store unannounced, I'm probably going to talk to you, and it's going to pull me off a job, and it's going to take an hour off a job. And then when I get back to the job, because I love what I do and I love interacting with you guys, and I love it when people stop by the shop, but at the same time, it is distracting. And somehow in the day, I got to figure out how to get all this work done, how to answer all my messages, how to edit and shoot YouTube videos so I can upload content, how to come up with new ideas, how to do my product reviews, and still spend time with my family and have time to myself. COVID has closed everything down. So since COVID, I've been working 7 days a week. Since the entire United States is shut down anyway, it's not like I'm missing anything, but it's taken a toll. I'm really, really tired. So please bear with me. On a positive note, the bikes that we had go off to Daytona did really, really well. Mean Green, the Road Glide, reached out to me, and he said he had a few parking lot sessions and people were super impressed with the way the bike sounded. Nobody could believe that the bags were not sealed. Had a couple people make him open up the bags to prove that he was making that much bass on bags that were not sealed. I think the bike sounds excellent. We just put a really good tune on it and spent some time and worked a couple of late nights to get him to Daytona in time, and it was worth it. The black Road Glide that we delivered in time sounds amazing. He blew a couple of speakers when he was down there, had a DSP issue, so we got him back in the bay. We're going to take care of everything under warranty, get him back on the road, make sure he has a good experience. I got a bunch of phone calls, people that saw Ephraim's bike out there. So his is a unique color, so and the people that got to hear it said the bike sounds great. Rich got to show his bike. Wasn't 100% finished, but he was able to hop in the ring, and his bike sounded really, really good. Wonderful got to show his bike. He got to hop in the ring. He got knocked out, but the bike played well. Had no mechanical failures, no issues. So none of our bikes had issues in the ring, which is a great thing. So it's not really about taking home the trophy. It's about doing what you love, and having people criticize your work in a positive way is a great feeling. So everybody that we got, Vinny's bike. Vinny, I got to hear your bike in a video, and damn, it sounded really good, Vinny. Vinny's put a lot of time and effort into this bike, and we got him ready last year just in time for Daytona, and he made it down there as they shut all of Florida down for COVID. So this is the first year he actually got to compete. So it was great. People sent me a couple of videos of him in the ring. So I'm glad he got to experience that for the first time. The bike sounded amazing. And then I got a lot of positive comments on his bike too. So I'm glad my clients and friends got to enjoy themselves. Hopefully next year I'll be able to join you. If scheduling allows. It's just too crazy, and I couldn't take time off and close the shop down when I have so many deadlines that I have to meet. So I'm glad that the bikes did well. I'm glad that everything worked out. I'm glad the clients and friends are satisfied. One favor I'm gonna ask is, it kind of bothers me that I help a lot of people and some forget to take the time and just drop a review. So if you can go on Google, if I've ever helped you or done something for you or shipped you product or helped you with a tune or built your bike, just do me a favor and go on Google and leave a review, and be as detailed as possible so people know the review is not fake. Just whatever it was I did or helped you with, just if you could just do me that favor, That way it could help offset these 2 negative reviews that I don't think were fair. So if you go through our reviews and you look at it, it's pretty funny because anybody we've done work for is like, great work, bike sounds amazing, my car's great, this. And then when you get to the negative reviews, they made me wait 30 minutes for a quote. So if you could do me that favor, only real reviews, like if we've done work for you or shipped you product or given you tech support, whatever it is, just be truthful and just rate our service whatever you think is fair. That's all I ask. Don't ever ask anybody to lie. I tell the truth about everything. I'm honest in my product reviews, and I'm just asking for people to do the same thing. It would really help me out a lot and make me feel better. And thank you for taking the time to listen to this long ass rant, but I'm only human. I have feelings. Stuff bothers me. If I mess up and I screw up, I get it. But when I do nothing wrong and people want to make comments about my business, it really hurts. It bothers me because I take pride in my work. I try to help everybody. There's so many people out there that I've helped and I've never charged $1 for. I had a gentleman this week reach out and ask me that if he bought product from me, would I give him tech support? My response is, I'm going to give you tech support whether you buy from me or not. I help because I want to help. I help because I love the industry and I want to help it grow and I want it to get better. If I physically have the time to speak to you on the phone or address you in a text message, or I will help. I help shops out there and I never ever mention their name because it's nobody's business. But if I can help you better your business, or I can help you get a bike or a car out of the bay, it's nobody's business. I help because I love what I do and I have the knowledge to be able to help. And if I can help, I'm going to help. So it's the end of the rant. Thank you for listening. Have a great night. And tomorrow I have more videos and some more awesome builds. Thank you.